Hello everyone, welcome back to ErikaBuilds and another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are on the beautiful island of Sulani at the Ngata family home, where we are going to be demolishing their house and building them a new one. This is just my second time building here in Sulani. I'm going to pan over here for just a little bit and show you the first thing that I built, which was just a tiny little one-bedroom bungalow I did a couple of days ago. So that was my first time working with the new pack. So this project is just going to be my second time. I'm still sort of learning what's new and the things that have changed and what kind of new items we have and build techniques. So bear with me a little bit as I try to learn something new here. But I thought it would be fun to kind of show the house before and after, before I get ready to demolish it here. So you can see, actually, kudos to the Maxis people, because this house is actually pretty nice. They probably really didn't need a new house, but this is what I always do. I always go into any new world and I delete everything and I build for myself. And it's not because I think I'm building better or anything, but just because I like doing it. So I looked at a lot of pictures online of houses in like the Pacific and overwater bungalows and overwater living. And so I kind of got some good visual images. I didn't really base this house off of a particular house that I saw, but just sort of concepts that I saw. And I knew I wanted to make sort of this multi-leveled home that would have a combination of indoor and outdoor living and would have foundation heights at different levels. So I've kind of started here with like a main center house that's mostly over land that extends into the water, and then drop down a couple of notches to 2 outdoor living spaces, and then drop down again to 2 sort of like patios. So it ends up being sort of like 5 little zones all connected by stairs. Like I said, I'm still sort of learning how all of this works and testing out different ideas. Right now with this house, I decided to use the fencing around all of the outdoor areas, but you really wouldn't need the fencing because Sims, even with kids and toddlers, they won't, fall off of these sort of piers. So you wouldn't really need the fencing, but I don't know, I just thought it looked kind of nice, so I decided to go ahead and fence all of those in. And then using all the new flooring and wallpapers and roof tiles or roof thatching and everything. So I'm using pretty much everything that we got with Island Living. And I kind of wanted to make the house traditional, but a little bit modern, I guess. But mostly it's traditional. And I went with a lot of dark woods, and red is kind of like the main theme color. Red is my personal favorite color. So this house kind of reflects my personality a little bit. I think if I was living on the ocean like this, I would love to have these sort of like deep dark woods with the red accents. So that's just what I picked just because I liked it. And so with this family, if you've played the new pack, they have 1 child. And so I decided to go with a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So the parents would have their own bedroom and bathroom, and then the little boy would have his own bedroom and bathroom. And then, of course, all the shared living space of there's an indoor living room and an outdoor living room, as well as outdoor dining and a hot tub and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I promised I would tell you guys a little bit about my trip on my next sort of longer video. So I don't want to talk about it too long, but I will just say that Japan was amazing. I had perfect weather. I was so worried that it was going to be really, really rainy, but I think it only rained one day. I was there 15 days and it only rained one day. So it was like a miracle. But the weather was beautiful, and I was in Tokyo, Disneyland for 4 days, and then we took a bullet train, or like a high-speed train. It was my first time doing that, to Osaka, and we were there for 4 days, and then we went to Kyoto for a day, and then back to Osaka, and then we went to Tokyo, and we were there, I think, 6 days in Tokyo. So it was amazing. I've seen so many things, and I've never been to Japan, so it was amazing. I did like a mixture of, old historical like temples and shrines and stuff, and then tons of anime shops because I'm addicted. And yeah, and of course Disneyland was amazing. We went to Disney Sea, and it was just a great trip. So if you have any questions about Japan, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert, but I do know a little. I've kind of got the trains down now, and like using all the different public transportation, like the J-Rail and the subway and everything. I just had to become like a quick expert on all of that. But anyway, I'm definitely going to go back because there's so much more to see. Even with 2 weeks, it wasn't enough. So anyway, it was great, amazing, and yeah, so I'm slowly kind of getting back to normal. I've had horrible jet lag. I've been going to sleep at like 5 a.m. I don't know if I'll ever get back on a regular schedule. And plus I had a lot of stress because my flight coming home was canceled, and then they rebooked me, and then that flight was delayed, and then my connection was delayed, and then they lost my luggage for 2 days. I didn't have my luggage. I can laugh about it now, but needless to say, I was not happy. But anyway, I'm not talking about the build, but that's enough about Japan. But it was a great trip, beautiful country. I love it. I can't wait to go back. So anyway, we are in the interior now of the house, working on the kitchen. As usual, I always start in the kitchen, and I'm using the new countertops and cabinets that came with Island Living. I actually really like these upper cabinets. I mean, they're not really cabinets, I guess. They're kind of like shelf/cabinets. I really like them though, because all of the kitchen cabinets that we've had so far in the game, you can't do anything with them. So I really like how these upper cabinets actually have flat surfaces where we can put things. A lot of small items will actually snap right to the empty spots, or if it's a little bit bigger of an item, you'll have to use the little clutter shelf to get it up there. But you can see where I just snapped that jar of red peppers, and it fit right there perfectly. So I really like how these cabinets are more functional and easy to like add your own decor ideas and stuff. So I'm a huge fan of these. And I think I was just kind of tired of these big bulky square cabinets that just take up a lot of space and don't serve any purpose. So I'm a big fan of these cabinets. I've mixed the Island Living cabinets with Parenthood appliances because I wanted to use red. Like I said before, there's tons of red in this house, which I love, and the floors also Island Living. This room is the master bedroom. The master bedroom and the child's bedroom are basically the same size and the same size bathroom. And they both have like the open air windows and ceiling fans, so it's very tropical. I'm using all the Island Living furniture, the bed, the dresser, the rugs, everything that came in the pack, the lighting, the candles, everything. Except for that mirror, that's from Jungle Adventure, but pretty much everything I'm, using from the pack itself, unless it's something that, wasn't included. Because I really wanted this house to be sort of a testament to the new pack. And so this room that's sort of in between the two bedrooms, it's like a sort of a pass-through like hallway. I decided to put these sort of tropical looking flowers on a table there just to sort of spice it up, but really it's just a pass-through room that doesn't really serve any purpose except for accessing all the rooms. And then this front room, right as you come in the front door, is like a sitting room, or you could call it a living room, I guess. I just put a couch in there and a couple of chairs, and there's a TV. So this would probably be a good living space for like a rainy day or late at night or something when you're not going to be in the outdoor living areas. And I also put a gaming system here and just a few decor pieces. I didn't really clutter this house up too much. If you checked out my first Sulani build, I really cluttered up that kitchen and bedroom in that house, but in this one I kept it a little more low-key on the clutter. Especially because it's small, and sometimes I think on a small house, when you put a lot of clutter in it, it's like too much for your eyes to process. So maybe not quite as much clutter in this one. Okay, so here's the boys' room. I can't remember what his name is. I know it's 4 letters, but I can't remember. But anyway, he's got that cool, like mohawk surfer sort of hair. So I was imagining in this room he would have I love those skateboards for him, and he's got some sports trophies and the jersey, because I kind of imagine that he's a pretty active kid and he seems like the type that would be into sports and athletics and stuff. So I kind of use that as a theme for his room. And he has a laptop and a backpack and a few like odds and ends on his desk. I thought the skull would match the theme nicely. And then I used some of the underwater scuba diving pictures, which you can get, that's part of Island Living that you can get in the hidden objects. And then I just added a little side table here for his stereo and a few CDs, and I gave him a toy box. And yeah, he's actually got a lot in here. Even though it's not a huge room, it had plenty of room for everything that, that a kid would need. And he has his own bathroom, which is nice. And I used the Island Living tub and sink in here. Nice sized bathroom. I used those slatted windows that brings in tons of sunlight during the day. And then there's another little small window over the toilet that's one of those type that like props open with like the flap. I had to change the doors because originally I had the sliding doors for the bedrooms and for the bathrooms, but it takes up so much room because it's a 2 square, sliding door, that I decided to use the single square doors from the movie stuff pack in the dark brown with the red flowers. And I thought that matched really, really nicely. So I was excited about that door. And then I just added a little bit of decor in here. I gave him a sports rug for his bathtub and then some Christmas lights in the window, which I thought was cute. So I really like how his room turned out. I just think it seems like it would fit his personality perfectly. And the house isn't really that big. I mean, it's just 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, but there's so much outdoor space. And I feel like this family, just from sort of reading a bit about them, that they would spend a majority of their time outside anyway. So I focused a lot on the outdoor areas as well. Now for the master bathroom, I went with the fitness stuff pack, really mostly just because I didn't want to use the Island Living bathroom stuff 2 times, but I could have, it would have been fine, but I don't know, I just got in the mood to use 2 different packs for the bathroom. So I thought this looked pretty cute. I like how the stone bricks look along with this Island Living set. I think it looks nicely, looks nice together. I used that in that first Sulani house that I built as well. So now I'm just adding some curtains, which I love these curtains that came with the pack. They're so cool. It's funny because, you know, I think of all the times I like use the 9 key to like raise curtains up over archways and stuff, like all the pain we went through. And now we can just click at these curtains like floating over the window so perfectly. It's like, ah, yes, finally. Same with these raised foundations on like the stilts, you know, how we used to have to do it with like raising the house, like destroying the floor underneath and adding like columns or whatever, like all of the work that we used to have to do that we don't have to do anymore. So super excited about that. I gave them a really nice big front entrance here with the triple, or actually it's like a 5-pane door with stairs. And then now I'm around the back working on the outdoor space. So basically there are these 4 outdoor zones. This one is the dining and grilling zone. And actually before I uploaded it to the gallery, I went back and put a bar on this little square area as well, because I felt like they needed, I mean, if you're gonna live on the beach, you gotta have cocktails, right? So they had to have a bar. So I did go back and add that. That's not in the video, but it will be there if you download this house from the gallery. So they have a nice outdoor dining area and grilling area, and I added some lights there. I played around with adding those lights from Seasons, but the way the thatching sort of like hangs down, the lights didn't show up. So I decided to use these lights from the toddler stuff pack instead, and they were the perfect angle that they would still show. And I put a ceiling fan there as well, because I imagine when you're outside in the heat trying to eat, it might get hot. And then right off of that is another little small area, little deck area that I've put the hot tub. Same thing I did on that first Sulani build that I did. I think a hot tub right on the beach is like a must-have, and I can't imagine anything better than climbing into that hot tub in the evening with a pina colada and watching the sunset. It's like I'm living out my fantasy in this world. And I know that this pack has been under scrutiny, and a lot of people feel like it didn't really have a lot to offer, and I totally can see that. I mean, there aren't really a ton of like new gameplay aspects with this pack, but I do love the world itself. And for me as a builder, since mostly all I want to do is build houses, really all I care about are the lots and how many lots we're going to have and building new building materials. And I feel like we did get a lot of nice building materials for houses. So for me and my purposes, I'm happy. I haven't really checked out like the mermaids and all of that stuff yet. I'm sure I will once I have more time, but I just got back from my trip, so I'm kind of late to the game on this whole new expansion. But anyway, we've moved now over to the other side of the house, and this is the outdoor living room, which I've used again, lots of island living island living furniture. Just a chill area. There's a lot of plants here. I just imagine this is where you relax, unwind, read a book, watch the sunset. And there's a few candles here and a ceiling fan. So it's just a nice, relaxing area outside. And I like having a living area outside and inside, because if it's, coming a horrible storm or something, you don't want to have your only living space outside. So I kind of wanted to make sure it had both indoor and outdoor living. And then just below that is another little patio that has a couple of lounge chairs and some stairs that access the water, and some floaties and the little sea racer thing. Now I'm just kind of working on the landscaping, lots of palm trees, and basically just using everything we got in the pack. I really love this sort of lush green bushes that we got, and these tropical flowers and little small trees and stuff. Everything is just really beautiful. I love the colors. I love the tiki torches. yeah, I just think it's a great pack. I love all this stuff. Hopefully you guys like it too. It's just something different, and it's really nice for summer, and it just gives me a really happy feeling as I'm building and looking at all this beautiful scenery, and even like the mountains in the background and the ocean and everything. It's just super gorgeous. So this is a 40 by 30 lot. It is available to download from the gallery, and I think next I might venture over kind of to the city part of Sulani and maybe try to build something over there next. I just kind of want to, try everything and experiment around, but I think this type of building is probably going to be my favorite. I can't imagine what would be better than over the water. And I really like all the new like swimming, and I haven't done the snorkeling. I heard it's not very exciting, but I haven't tried that yet. Oh, and the sunbathing. So I made a little like sunbathing spot on the beach there with some towels. And then they can also, of course, sunbathe in the water on the floaties as well. So yeah, I'm just living out my dream here. I wish I was there. I want to be on a tropical island right now, experiencing all this beauty. But hopefully you like this build. I think it turned out pretty cute. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all my future projects, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My username is ErikaBuilds, and then also in the gallery, my ID is ErikaBuilds there as well. So thanks a lot for watching. It's so good to be back, and I will see you guys again soon with another speed build. So have a great day. Bye-bye.